This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. Hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it, and we think that's the whole world. The room, and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello? Anyone here?
Alright. Let's see. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents necessitated an issued reminder of prohibited materials, unauthorized weapons, sure. Pagers, who even has those? Laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, and smart gaming devices, and anything that's smart. Okay? Number 2, pencils are not allowed in the Federal Bureau of Control. And any object considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept like rubber ducks and ketchup bottles are not allowed in the Federal Bureau of Control. That's pretty weird.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Expenditure, staff and surveillance, redacted. Data center initiative, construction, redacted and redacted. Office equipment, janitorial costs, redacted. Mold removal, HQ livability costs. How to research Dr. Casper Darling. Our bureau at work is a janitor. And director Zachariah Trench. Wow, those are some weird sinks with no mirrors.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them, and they were hiding in plain sight.
Redacted, a shark in his redacted, although secure redacted, permission to redacted following, basic protocol redacted, shoot to kill redacted. As you should all know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request from R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing R4, then you need to get written permission from the department chief saying so. Reminder that R4 mandatory under section 75.2 of the employee manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Marley, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday, their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, Mr. Kirkland.
Hello? Hey, excuse me.
That's the picture.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, you are no helmet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, you malat.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
No, I'm thinking how he just replied to a thought in your head, lady. I feel like that's That's a way weirder thing to notice. Hold up. Is this a different entrance? Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave... Okay, you start with the following. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. So you start with the following. We do the big speech. If they did not leave, ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How'd you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain this is a secure federal office and they'll need to leave. If their answers seem redacted, escort them to a private room. There, perform the gunner's psychological assessment. If their responses are within acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet, then redact it immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious. This is definitely a different front desk. I can't go back to the old front desk? That's even weirder.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Okay.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Okay. Who am I? Like, who's she talking to? The oldest house. Discovered in August. Okay. That's probably this building known as the oldest house? We discovered this building? Proof terminology while pending notifications of death related to Willow AWE. Please adhere to the following guidelines. Word phrases to use in service of his/her country. Regret, proud pride will be remembered. Words and phrases to avoid. Alaska. Scissors. Blood bleed. Loss. And apology/sorry. You did not apologize at the FBC. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day. For the rest of the week, I can't trust the Barbara, not a single one. Trench. That was the big boss, right? Who just shot himself.
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
That does seem dumb.
Something's outside. Was coming here a mistake?
I guess I have to pick up the gun.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I? The same gun. Okay, now I have a gun.
Okay, headshots do a little bit more damage, but not a lot. Whoa.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here.
You know what? You're goddamn weird.
Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go? You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror.
Pure has many internal security. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of this fact. Hiss guards use standard issue bullpup rifles. While armor guards pump up shotguns, blah 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 blah. They're just guards that the Hiss has taken over, I guess. I guess the Hiss are the bad guys. Still can't go in there. Alarm's still going off.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
Where the fuck did it go? Let's go. Hiss this, motherfuckers. Executive missing meeting minutes. Rising costs of AWS report response, update mold eradication efforts, upcoming annual salary review, new supplier coffee filters to be founded and vetted. Please come prepared. I wonder if the lack of mirrors is because of ray tracing.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
It's okay. Dinner reservations. Dinner reservations 7 p.m. at Chess Ombre. Your wife will meet you there. Don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at the lobby reception. Remember, she's turning 46. That's good secretary work right there. We checked out suspected AW in Duluth. Wasn't anything, just like the house fire before this and a malfunctioning clothes job before that. My team's getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake Oz from the real thing. All you need to rotate these field agents off a bit. Anyways, we move for the Sherman Ranch next on the list. Sherman Ranch. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Alright, what the fuck happened to the Sherman Ranch? Something happened. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. The object's form is variable. When bound, the object will allow para-utilitarians to redacted. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of redacted. The object will determine whether redacted. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the redacted, though the criteria is unknown. The object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis redacted many forms throughout history. Redacted, Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varunastra, all weapons that redacted of their wielder. If objects of power that converge to forms based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, redacted, see Dr. Darling 11.1 for more details.
hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials. It can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes, recognized for and redacted, informed by our own redacted, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can be artificially redacted in popular culture using Redacted, our Bureau-made anthology television program. Once the season's own human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranormal phenomena can take clear elements of popularized folklore, AWEs, that only occur on Redacted. A pair of scissors that consume human Redacted through chew punctures on the Redacted. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength to belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 493-694-CHEW for a full report. Ow! Jesus fucking Christ.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
Let's cleanse it. Yeah, cleanse it up.
Holy shit. You did it. We did it.
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily.
Yeah, I heard
Somehow, this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead.
Yeah.
Shot.
I feel like you should know that.
Ah. I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out. It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep.
Hiss manifests in human hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense is seen in the form of corrupted agents floating through the Bureau. The Hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most notable distinction from an unaffected human is that they levitate. That's a pretty important distinction. These Hiss displays no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in focalizing the strange contagion ad infinitum. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the Hiss corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters. Or they cocoons, preparing to enter the next stage of evolution when attacked Hiss agents disappear. Perhaps enter a state of invisibility or undergoing transformation to purely resonant form. Research is ongoing. Refer file to redacted for full report.
Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I'm coming. Chill out. Control points of location the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control room in the redacted arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points were discovered by redacted detection of an unobstructed ping using the redacted within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to find control points, calling them nerve junctions, or redacted, or vulnerable spots in the oldest house. Common factor in these theories is that the control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, the technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be redacted. Just Can't redact this house.
I can't cleanse them. I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. A few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench? The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the Director and the board. He can talk to you more clearly through that. But Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the Hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the Director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the Hiss destroy it all.
To ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Thanks.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Where did the Hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the Hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The Hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the Hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this?
Got it. Thanks. So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
It seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
Very.
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
And when he knew it.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Though you can't control building shifts, but this executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. I worked my ass off at Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned to write a nice workplace shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. That's pretty funny. The eldest has both certain limitations on our bureau. By far the most recent ability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any redacted signal. Radio waves, only transmittable signals in the oldest house, even those are often unreliable. Excuse me, often unreliable. If the Power Collective unconscious is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural redacted for the oldest house to redacted them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles of ultra status. Technology may be moving too fast a pace for the redacted to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Redacted agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. That sounds pretty shitty. Well, his body is gone. Damn it. Let's go.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Here are the following Nevada accommodations: Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Scarline Motel, In and Out, Aztec Out, Damn Sleepy Bear, Silver Spurs, blah 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 blah. I do wonder if a motel called Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state, but hey, I guess I'm not paid to think. As for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Riley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road. Voice and research said performing rituals may help identify any place of power. Drinking those little whiskey bottles is my ritual. Oh shit!
overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. I'm with you on that.
I don't know how that worked this time, but
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
I still don't have any clearance, right?
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
That's kind of funny.
Communications. We're on the right track. An object of power. Looks like the Hills have latched onto it. We need to call it.
Floppy disk.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in Bureau Seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director. There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss. Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mail.
National news sites have begun publishing the story of polar bear attack in Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, claiming the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public much less likely to redact it. So another AWE behind us, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign, perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring redacted and redacted for any off-message opinions, but it's looking like we're in the clear. Tomasi out. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I explained this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all of the sectors by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in the sector until the emergency is handled. There can only be lifted via directorial override under maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal. Nothing in and out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach based on some complicated system that security and research slapped together. It can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, and B, a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. The process is not the same as director override, so stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell, as I've told Darling many times to change it, but you're adamant it stays that way. It stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. let's make sure our staff understands how this mess all works, okay? I think I'm gonna call it here.
This must open the door.